Hello, everyone. Welcome to POAP Community Call number 45. So great to have you here. It is November the 16th, 2022, and we are glad to spend time with you. So I'm going to go from top to bottom introducing everyone. So first, we have JENetics over at POAPathon. Great to have you here.
I was going to say GM. No matter where you are in the world, it's GM somewhere.
That's right. That's right. We also have Fiore, the POAP Community Manager. Great to have you up, as always.
GM guys, 45 community calls? Wow.
I know. It's getting up there, isn't it?
Yeah.
We also have POAP Growth Manager iDecentralized, or Anthony, as I like to call him for short. Hello.
Good chow.
We also have GitPOAP onboarding lead and ETHStaker member Nixorokish. Hello.
Hey, that's me.
And then, if he is here, we have ETHStaker member Superphiz. Hello. He said he got to get water. Don't know if he's here. Oh, he's back. He's back.
I got my water. I'm ready. I'm hydrated, yo. Hydro Bros for the win.
Hydro homies, right?
I don't know what it is. I like, just trying to appropriate their culture.
Just. And then, of course, you have me, Mr. Mojo, your main MC of the evening. But all right, everyone. So, as many of you are aware, we give out a POAP in this call. And this week, we are using the guild.xyz platform. To make it a little bit easier on yourself, at the end of the call, you can go ahead over here in this official POAP Discord to the Join Guild chat. You can join the guild if you have not, the POAP guild, I should say, if you have not already. Make it a little bit easier for yourself later on. But we're going to go ahead and dive into this week's content. So, first on the ballot, WeLook is doing more things. I should say WeLook.io. Great platform when it comes to all things POAP and I guess some social media stuff as well in the Web3 space. So they keep their fingers on the pulse when it comes to making sure that POAPs are the best that they can be. And they have released a new product called the WeCard. I'm going to go ahead and link the Medium article that is talking about this. So essentially what this is, it's this little card and it uses NFC technology. It's sort of similar to an IYK card in a way, but it does a whole bunch of more things. So you're able to load NFTs into it, you're able to distribute POAPs in it, and you're also able to add in extra integrations like a Telegram link, or your Twitter link, or a website link. And it's a really neat and nifty device. I have a whole bunch of links for it, but there's plenty to talk about here, and I think, Theo, I want to sort of throw this on to you because you physically have one. So would you be able to sort of describe this product to us as I post some links here in the community calls chat?
Yeah, for sure. Yes, as you said, it's a card. It's pretty similar to the IYK, but it's more like a business card since you can link all your profiles. But they are not thinking about only thinking about it like a personal or business card, but also as a token gating system. So if you have an NFT that it's a ticket for a concert, let's say, you will be able to enter the concert using your card. You won't need your phone. You won't need to have your wallet there. Only with the card, you will be able to enter the show. So it's pretty cool. They're adding some use cases to these cards, not only giving the user the opportunity to use it as a business card, but also to enter some places. So I think it's a pretty good experience for the users.
Theo, can I ask you a question about it?
Of course, yeah.
So is it like if I was going to a concert and I have my NFT collection or my POAP collection, and one of those NFTs allows me access to that concert, do I specifically have to load that NFT on the card, or could the person at the entrance of a party be like, you know what, I've decided we'll also accept if you had like a You Met Patricio POAP, we'll let you into this concert. Do they have to? Does the WeNet card see your whole collection?
Yeah, I think it doesn't have a zero knowledge proof. So I think they can see your entire collection. But yeah, let's say that you've met Patricio and then Patricio celebrate his birthday, and only the people who has this POAP can access his birthday party. You can go only with your card, and you will be able to enter the party only having your card.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool experience. And I know they are in contact with the ETH Denver community, and they are planning something for ETH Denver. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and Jen, I think you brought up a pretty good point. It is kind of like IYK and Token Proof had a baby, in a way, right?
I love that. Because they definitely do serve different purposes.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting. You know, one of the things that I found at NFT NYC was that I didn't always have the best connection to the internet via either the Wi-Fi or through mobile. So the idea of having something that is not reliant on the internet and I don't have to have my phone in my hand is really, really attractive.
Yeah, that is a pretty good point too, because when you look at, since we're speaking about it, when you look at an application like Token Proof, now it has its pros and cons, but needing to have some sort of connection really does hinder its ability to be able to function at times. So to have this card where you can load something onto it, and then you just have it with you, and you're able to, as we've been talking about, use it to get into an event using any NFTs or POAPs that you have put on it. Being able to give out a POAP too, I think it's like an all-in-one sort of thing that you're able to have, and it's really great. And something that WeLook did is they gave away 50 of them. And I know I'm going to butcher how this conference is pronounced. Like it's easy to read, but my best guess is how to say it out loud is like Labitkoff. But that's like a total butchering. I already know it. But
LabitConf.
Yeah. They gave some instructions on what you needed to do. I think you needed to download an NFT, and then you needed to present it at their booth there, and then they would have given away to the first 50 people one of these cards. So pretty neat being able to get it into the hands of people who are using their product and getting things that they provide. And it sort of shows, again, a use case for these NFTs that people give out where there's added value put in them, where, hey, you got this NFT, you got some value out of that. You were able to get this WeLook card, and now you're able to use it as you see fit. And as Fio said, it's like the business card of Web3 at the moment, or at least sort of in a way. But it's always great to see WeLook doing these kinds
with
of things.
Some superpowers.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that WeLook is a great platform. Something that that I think is kind of cool that you could be able to do with this card is when you give out a You Met Me POAP, you could use this card, and not only are you distributing your POAP, but you could link the WeLook moments to it. So you could take your selfie, and now you're able to like have a picture as well in the WeLook moment, and it just links right to it. So it's one of the interesting like looping interactions that you're able to have with this technology that can really bring us together and really foster that sense of interaction and community that we have with ourselves. But yeah, this thing's really neat. I really want to get my hands on one. I need to figure out how to get one, because I feel like this is something that I could see a good use case out of, especially going somewhere like in ETH Denver, where I'm gonna want to give out POAPs. I'm gonna want to share my Twitter with people. I'm gonna want to share, the joys of everything that I'm into, and also in return receive the joys of what other people are into as well. But is there any other thoughts that we have on this WeLook card, or I should say on this We card, before we move into our next order of business here on the agenda? I'm also
To know if they have
I
a wait
think-
list.
Superphiz and Anthony need to create their moments with the pictures they're sharing on the chat.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just having a grand old time down here. Superphiz and our love relationship continues.
Hey,
We have a
those
love
pictures were
relationship?
Platonically.
Oh, okay,
Those
that's cool.
pictures were suspiciously blurry. I suspect that Superphiz is not an actual human and that those were AI generated.
I've told everyone from the beginning I am an AI generated personality. Like, it's not even a secret. I don't know why people question it.
It's definitely shoot.
definitely. I'm able to tell by the pixels, okay? But all right, so Nix, I would like to move into what you want to talk about today. So GitPOAP, they had a pretty big announcement this morning. So Colfax, he had announced something on the GitPOAP community call. I'm going to go ahead and link that moment here in the community calls chat as well. The moment where Colfax starts announcing on the GitPOAP community call, which was hosted on the official POAP channel. But please, Nix, tell us, what is it all about?
I have learned that apparently my mic is still bad tonight. I think the real issue here is that on these Wednesday nights, I am on my phone's hotspot because I am a slave to this dog.
You know what you're doing? We know what you're doing. You're pulling the Vitalik. You want us to do a fundraiser for your microphone.
Did
All right.
anybody actually do a fundraiser for that?
All right, she is Nixorokish.eth. If you want her to get a better microphone,
Do not send me anything. This is a hotspot issue.
I'm
not a
willing to
microphone
donate.
issue.
I'll
in
just say that.
exchange for a POAP, all you
No,
have to do
stop it.
is send
Okay.
what?
I am talking about. This is
We
where
can't hear you.
We legit cannot hear you. Your mic is that bad. You are screaming for help. Please help me. The fundraiser has to happen.
She has to go all
We should
in.
really do that.
She has to
We
go
know
all
anyone
in
who
on
can create a
Vitalik
POAP.
thing, and she has to use
Willing to
the
do.
toilet paper roll as the mic stand. She has to go all in on the Vitalik angle.
Do you know the most embarrassing thing about that is that what call was it on? Like the last call. I hope it wasn't the mainnet merge call.
It was
that
like Robston call where he was having the mic problems, and then he like sent a picture on Twitter of his setup, and he's like, "Oh, it was like the cable that was messed up," and everyone's like,
Yeah,
"Bro,
yeah,
you're literally using like a piece of toilet paper to hold your mic in place."
the next call that we had, his mic didn't work then, but it was our fault. Like we screwed up because we the call locked down to prevent people being goofy, and he couldn't get his mic to turn on because we had it locked down, and it was kind of sad. Like, sorry for the help.
All right, can you guys hear me better now?
Yes, very much.
What did she say?
Stop it.
I don't know.
All right.
She's literally speaking right now. This is impressive.
No, okay. Is it better now?
Okay, we can move on.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, are you serious? You can't hear me?
Yes. No. You are
Can't hear me
perfectly
at all?
fine. So to get back on the rails a little bit, just to kind of reiterate the topic. So GitPOAP, they announced a new product today, and Colfax made the announcement on the GitPOAP community call. But next, can you please tell us what is it all about?
It's very hard to get feedback on how my microphone is when you guys are such trolls.
What are you going on?
Okay, in all honesty, it's terrible.
I'm gonna invite Burrs onto the stage. Give me 1 second.
Oh my god, please do. Please do. This is so sad.
Oh goodness.
Or anyone else from GitPOAP, raise your hand.
Wow.
Hello, Bird.
I do not have the
First,
quality
take it
mic.
away.
Great to have you up. Also from GitPOAP.
How's it going?
Going great. haven't spoke to you in a while. It's always good to be able to get the opportunity.
Yeah, likewise.
Burrs, do you want to give us the rundown on the new product if you happen to know, while we wait for Nix to get her a new mic? I think she went to the store.
Oh, yes, I know all of the secrets. So, we released this new feature today, which allows you to create what we call a custom GitPOAP. So the cool thing about this is it could be for whatever, and for whatever reason, essentially. And so let's say, I don't know, you want to commemorate a special event in your ecosystem or something else, or there was some specific issue a bunch of different people helped out with. You can essentially submit a request to create like a custom GitPOAP to commemorate this sort of an event with some art and maybe a cool description. And you can send it to various different kinds of users. So right now we support like Ethereum addresses, ENS names, GitHub handles, as well as email addresses. So for instance, we have one specifically, and I'll actually post the link. I'm very proud to be one of the few who has this one. But the people who helped out with, for instance, the launch of GitPOAP, we've actually created a custom GitPOAP that actually commemorates this event. Let me see. I think I can post it here. Yes, here we go. So we created a special GitPOAP to commemorate this event, and it is one of these new types. And so, we've seen various different things, like people who've been helping out with like bug fix bashes, maybe like specific hackathons, various other things. So yeah, definitely check it out. It makes it it makes it a lot simpler to mint for various things. Of course, you still need to sign up with like an Ethereum address, but if you only know people's emails, for instance, or you only know people's GitHub handles, it can make it slightly simpler. And then at least this way, you know that these sorts of things won't be farmed. And of course, you'll also know that they'll integrate with all the things that POAP integrate, which is one of the best things about POAP. So hopefully that explains it a little bit. I don't know, Nix, if you have the link specifically for the Medium post, but.
Yeah, I will post that right now.
Yeah, I think it's great. So from my perspective, I think that GitPOAP is definitely one of the leading projects when it comes to POAP distribution and being able to actually take advantage of what all this is actually for and what it's all about. And so initially, GitPOAP was about allowing people to receive POAPs for contributing to repos in sort of like a pull request sort of way. But now with these custom GitPOAPs, you're able to give them the people who are able to contribute to your projects in different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to be through the pull request, correct? It can be maybe you have a moderator in a Discord and they're doing a great job, and you want to say, hey, thank you so much for doing this for us. Here is a way that we're going to recognize you. Here's a GitPOAP for your efforts. Would that be sort of in line with what like a custom GitPOAP could be used for?
Yeah, exactly. And actually, so I'm going to do a little Steve Jobs-y like thing, and I'm going to announce something that maybe I shouldn't be announcing, but we are planning on integrating like Twitter as well as Discord. So you will totally be able to add Discord users at some point. So definitely keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, this is definitely something really, really excellent. So when it comes to the custom GitPOAPs, is there anything in particular that you would like to see people use it for, or do you have any ideas in mind of like the next steps to come to it?
I have one thing. I would love for people to use it for translators, because I know we all have Chromium browsers that can translate on the fly. But in general, I think this space needs to be a little bit more accessible for anyone who doesn't necessarily speak English.
Who is that question for? I don't hear anything.
Oh, it's
Oh.
fine. We could hear
I
her
Definitely
just
heard the
fine.
entirety of it. So don't worry.
So
And
I really see a use for it
on my
for
absolute
like,
shit list.
what?
You guys are on my shit list.
It's not our mic. We're gonna do a collection. We're gonna get you a mic. It's gonna be
I
okay.
don't want a mic.
But I see those POAPs useful for like people who are kind of I don't know if you're a part of any big Discord, but I'm okay, so I live in the Rocket Bowl Discord a lot, and like there are people who kind of hang out and provide support like all day long. Like you can go there at 2 a.m. and be like, hey, I need help. And someone will be there to help you. And it's kind of like in many ways a thankless job, but that is the perfect way to appreciate people who are strong community supporters who may not be contributing code. Like I see it as the perfect fit for this kind of POAP.
Yeah, I definitely think
Yeah,
that's a
and
great use case. You can go ahead, Burst.
Something else I was thinking of was like, the Oracle DAO, for instance, with Rocket Pool, right? And so that's not necessarily like specifically code driven, but like it would be interesting to have like a GitPOAP for people who are involved in that or something like that.
know
And then,
what?
there's various things you could do with that.
Burrs. Okay, so Nix, this is also a biz dev thing. When it comes to so monthly, ODAO members have to generate this very large Merkle tree, and it's kind of burdensome. It's a heavy system load, and I'm not sure the exact number, but I want to say like 8 out of 11 people have to complete it for it to work. It would be neat if they rewarded those 8 people who got it every month, because it's kind of a community challenge that it has to get done. So that's really a great opportunity and use for that kind of.
Yeah, no, honestly, that seems like a great use case because that definitely aligns a lot with, not only like the Rocket Pool community in general, but of course, like Ethereum in general, putting in the time to actually generate something like that.
So if somebody does have ideas or they think, hey, I have a great use case for a custom GitPOAP, how exactly would a person be able to go and create one?
So great question. So the first step would, of course, be going to the GitPOAP website, and there's actually a specific link. I believe it is gitpoap.io/create. And I'm not sure if you can see that if you're not logged in or not. But let me see. I will post it in the chat. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Nemo. But yeah, so essentially there, you can basically make some drafts and, you can go through the process. And of course, if we reject you the first time, you're free to contact us in our Discord and, you can always update it and it will actually put it back into a pending state. So if you feel like, you've significantly improved the proposal for this custom GitPOAP in any way, maybe you made it have a better description, better name, you've made it more specific in the kinds of contributors, you're actually going to award, we'll always, re-review it for you. So there should be a reasonably good feedback loop on there. And of course, if you feel like, something went wrong or there's some sort of strange reason that we didn't approve your request, please, of course, contact us in the GitPOAP Discord.
Sounds excellent. But all right, let me think here where we're going to go next. So, actually, I have one more question when it comes to this. Or I don't know if it's necessarily a question. It's more so maybe a wrap up on this. But I really, as I was saying earlier, I really like the fact that GitPOAP is now doing these custom GitPOAPs, because it isn't all the time, but there are times where I am talking about GitPOAP to someone, and they sort of give me this, well, I don't know how I'm going to contribute to a repo. Or even here's sort of a funny example. So this is from the POAP newsletter, there was an article that was written about a repo, and then somebody was the author of the article was also going through the process on how to earn a GitPOAP. And what they did in order to do that was they just added a comma to like their README. And I read that article and I saw what they were doing, and I was thinking, wow, that's not really much of a meaningful contribution. But now that a custom GitPOAP can be available, now you're able to actually give people, yes, thank you, it is that one. You are now able to give people another avenue in order to receive really a super valuable, not only POAP, but a super valuable NFT, something that allows them to show, like, this is what I do, this helps shape their identity on chain, and things like that.
I'm just going to interject for a second. The only reason that comma pull request was accepted was because that person was writing an article. And so don't run and try to like add commas in a bunch of docs, because those pull requests are not going to get accepted.
Right, yes. If you are going to go the old-fashioned way when it comes to a GitPOAP, it is important that you give a meaningful contribution to the repo, because not only is that open source software going to be thankful for your contribution, but it's also going to be like, come on, man, really, like, it's obvious that you're just trying to get the GitPOAP out of us, like, come on. So be good and be best, right?
And you know, but all that being said, like I would say that improving documentation, like if you're actually making a significant change, like that is not an insignificant contribution.
Yes, I will agree with that.
You know, a lot of people have to do, especially developers. We have way too much stuff on our plate, and oftentimes the docs get a little bit left behind. So if you are good at that, or that is one of your skill, this is not something that should go, you know, overlooked. This is, you know, if you're significantly improving the docs, that is a significant contribution to pretty much any open source project. So don't be scared away just because you don't have programming knowledge specifically.
Yeah, I would say that even typos are a good thing to go correct, because professional organizations have a lot of editors, and just a few typos can make your organization look a lot less professional. So if you notice a typo on docs, go fix it. Go do a pull request. People will appreciate typo fixes, as long as you're not correcting WEN to WHEN.
Yeah, I frequently notice like developers are not generally the best people with grammar, because programming syntax and language syntax are like so different. And so there is a lot of room for people who can help improve, you know, even a README, because I don't know how many people really use GitHub, but if you want to run the code, like many people need a very basic walkthrough with very specific instructions, and that's okay. Like that is how we get started. And so it's great if you can come by and improve that. You don't have to be the developer to help out.
Yep, those are all good points, and it helps clarify mine too, because yeah, I'm right there in the same boat where it's you know, you need to do a little bit more than adding in a comma, but yes, it's definitely a meaningful contribution if you go in and you do actually change up the documentation again in a meaningful way. But all right, I would like to thank Urs for coming up. I would like for you to stick around, because the more people, the merrier, in my opinion. But thank you for sharing something new over at GitPOAP. Always great to hear that things are developing and fleshing out over there.
Hey, no problem. It's been grand being up here.
But okay, so Jen, I'm going to turn the spotlight and the microphone to you. So you are getting involved a little bit in some Twitter spaces, and you are using the Rev platform to make POAPs happen. So I would like to hear your thoughts on the Twitter integration in Rev, and then also these Twitter spaces that you're helping host.
Absolutely. So I am becoming more active on Twitter, and especially the artist side of Twitter. Rachel Wilkins started a new morning show called The Good News Show that I was on today. And one of the things I wanted to do was showcase POAP. A lot of people that attend these shows are either artists or people that love going to the cons. And so getting to reintroduce them to POAP is a great thing that I'm really enjoying. One of the things that I noticed was lacking in the POAP ecosystem was the Twitter integration. When you do Twitter, you either have to do some sort of Google form or secret word, which as we all know could get farmed. And so with rev.gg, you can set up a POAP that can be delivered to your Twitter Space attendees. Now, I do want to tell you that you have to be the host and creator of the Twitter Space. You cannot be co-host for this to work. So this morning, we distributed a... Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off, but I do know some people cannot hear you right now, and I think the best plan is for you to continue and finish for the people who can hear you, and then everyone else will just know that, or unless you want to step out and step back. But we're seeing a lot of people saying they can't hear you.
Oh man.
Lord.
Yeah, no, I'm able to hear her perfectly. You know, that's the thing about Discord sometimes. It likes to pick and choose who and when you're able to hear someone.
Discord is having some issues tonight.
We should withdraw our coins now. Do a run on it.
Oh shit! Is this because of FTX?
Oh no. Oh god, I really don't want to talk about that. Please. Please. I don't want to talk about it.
It's more contagious.
Alright, well, I guess she's going to hop off and come back on. Apologies for that, everyone. Again, some technical difficulties there, and hey, it is what it is, but alright. So maybe, Jen, you may need to start from the top with that, but that's okay.
Wait, can anyone hear me now?
I am able to hear you. I'm still able to hear you,
can hear
thankfully.
you.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Perfect. I'm sorry, audience, if you can't hear me. Okay, so Twitter Spaces. One of the things that I noticed was lacking in the POAP ecosystem was a reliable way to distribute POAPs on Twitter Spaces. So rev.gg has created an answer to this, which is really, really cool. One of the ways that you can now distribute POAPs to people attending your Twitter Space. Now, you have to be the host of the space. But you can set up a POAP through rev.gg and give it to the people in your Twitter space that you're hosting. So it's a less farmable way to distribute these POAPs. So let's see if I can get the Twitter post. One of the people that attended the call did collect the POAP this morning during the show. And I was really, there it is. I was excited to see how easy it was to set up and to run. Again, you do need to be the host of your Twitter space. If you're the co-host, it doesn't work. And then you'll have to rely on something like secret word again. I just had a cat steal a piece of chicken off my dinner plate. Y'all, I'm devastated.
How could your cat do that?
How could my cat?
Everything in the house belongs to your cat. You just borrow it.
That's true. There we go. Okay, so I have posted in the community calls the link to one of the POAPs, the one that I gave out this morning. The other Twitter space I'll be doing, and we'll be talking about actually POAPathon with NiftyKit, and I'll post the little banner. This is going to be on Monday. So if you are around and you'd like to earn a POAP, come and listen to NiftyKit and POAPathon talk about POAPs and the integrations that you can do over on POAP.
Yeah, this is great. You know, I kind of want to know more about the actual process of how the POAP drop works using Rev on Twitter, because from my perspective, I understand how how it works on a place like on a YouTube or Twitch, where you just kind of say, hey, I want to drop this NFT, and it'll use like a bot to basically send in the pardon me. It'll use a bot to send in the link, and it'll kind of like pin it in your chat and everything. And then of course like the secret phrase which we had used here on the community call. But with the Twitter space, so I understand that you have to be the host, but how exactly does it work in terms of like the user minting?
So on my side, because I wasn't the host of the show yesterday, I did have to rely on the secret word, which was kind of like merp merp. But you may also have to do a claim link. I wish I could. I need to ask. But what I did for today, since I was the co-host, I set a time limit, and then I verbally said the password during the call, and then you had to claim through Rev. So it ended up being a little bit more like what a normal, through the POAP wallet claim experience was. The only difference with Rev is that if you run out of claim links, say you thought only 20 people were going to be in the call and then 200 showed up, then Rev will automatically request links for people that claimed the POAP within the time limit. And that's the big other difference too, is there is a time limit.
Right, yeah, because I'm pretty sure when it came to like the old-fashioned way, or just saying here's the secret word and input it into the POAP app. To be honest, I've never been in charge of something like that. I've definitely been to many events where it was used, or I've given advice like, hey, if you want to give out a POAP on a Twitter space, your best bet is probably just to use the secret word feature on the POAP app. But I've actually never, like, first person experienced what it's like to do that. So, would you be able to give us more of the differences between how secret word works on the POAP app and how it works through Rev from like an issuer perspective?
Absolutely. So on the POAP side, what you would do is you would create your drop on POAP. You would request the drop, but you would request no codes. And then you would say that it would be given out as a password during the questionnaire that they give you to submit that POAP. Then after you receive approval for that POAP, you would have to go in and request a secret word and request the number of codes you get. So it's a two-step approval process. With rev.gg, you can do it all from the website. You can upload your art, create all the information for the POAP, and then it is usually approved within a few minutes, which is amazing. And then when you go to launch, it says launch NFT or launch badge. When you click on that and you select how you're going to distribute it, you can also choose to password gate it at that time. And you can select your time limit, and there's no double approval. Once you hit launch, it's ready to go. So you can do it within 30 seconds of when you want to start giving out that POAP. There is less thinking ahead or prep time than on the POAP website directly.
Yeah, that sounds like a much smoother user experience to me then, because as I had said, really the only experience I have using secret word, or I guess secret phrase, would be on Rev. And so I was sort of ignorant in a way to how it actually works on the POAP side. So I appreciate you explaining that to me and everyone here. So when it comes to this Nifty Kit interview that you're going to have, can you tell me about that more? And are you going to be looking to push for them to use the actual like Twitter Space feature?
Absolutely. So Nifty Kit is a way for no-code smart contracting for artists. You can go on there and create your drop. They also have ways to create your generative art by uploading the files directly onto their website, and then it will create the generative art for you, so you don't have to know the coding for that. It also has ways to reward people who have collected your art in the past, and you can also set up allow lists through Nifty Kit as well. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for artists that don't want to mint directly through OpenSea and be victimized by OpenSea, as we have seen happen recently. So I had a competition. I submitted some artwork and gave a pitch on what kind of artwork I would be creating, or art I would be creating with NiftyKit, and I won one of their creator passes, which can be minted and gives you access to a lot of these different resources I'm talking about. So if you're an active artist in the space, it's a great asset to have. The NiftyKit Presents show talks to artists in the ecosystem that are using either NiftyKit or just really, really active in the ecosystem, and they have a big interest in POAPathon and POAPs. I'm hoping that this conversation actually helps foster a relationship between POAP and NiftyKit, because as we know, you can use POAPs as token gating and as a way to reward those people that are the most loyal to your project. And I think that those two things go hand in hand with what NiftyKit is already doing. So if you have ever been interested about exactly what POAPathon is and what we're up to, what we might be doing in the future, I would say definitely tune in on Monday and help support the POAP community as well.
Do you have some do you have a promotional art material for that? Because you make like our promotional stuff for Twitter for us. Did you make one for that
I
call
do.
already? Yeah, can you go ahead and post that here?
I did post it in the community calls. I actually didn't get to make that one. The artist with NiftyKit did, which was really nice because
Oh,
that
okay.
allowed me to create other art, which was amazing.
Yeah.
But you can see Jessica Yatrovsky will be the one doing the interview, which if you are familiar with her work, she just launched a Coinbase NFT collection and sold it out in one day. And she is a great friend of POAPathon as well, and an amazing artist and advocate for women and non-binary peoples in this space. So connect with Jessica if you haven't.
Hey, can I shout out that I absolutely love and adore POAPathon. I haven't created POAPs lately, but I'm not an artist, and every time I need art, I go to POAPathon. In fact, I might need to do it just because I haven't made a POAP in a while. But they are the best service ever for giving a bounty, getting great art, and supporting artists. So I'd really love to encourage anybody who needs POAP art to go check them out, because I'm just always impressed with their work, and I think it's a great opportunity for artists to get recognized.
Absolutely. And in fact, I requested that out of the own POAPathon treasury, we put up a bounty for some POAP art for the art for this NiftyKit POAP. So if you are an artist and you want to try your hand at one of our competitive art POAP experiences, you can go over to the POAPathon Discord server, and I think we're going to post it tomorrow, and you'll have until Monday to get that done, and I'll be choosing the artwork to use, and you could get a little bit of pocket change, or a little bit more depending on the part of the world you're in.
Yeah, it's definitely really, really fun to submit a POAPathon like art submission, or I should say, oh goodness, what are the words that I'm looking for here? Whenever you are someone who is trying to use the service and you submit your bounty, and it's time for you to choose your art, like you just kind of see the trickle that artists are giving you when it comes to everything that you've asked for, and it's kind of like being a kid in the candy store, or like a kid on Christmas. It's sort of like, oh yay, like, oh, I get to pick my art for my POAP, or I get to pick my art for my business logo, or I get to pick art for my promotional material for my business. You know, like it's really, really fun to see everyone in that community come together and like sort of give you their pitch when it comes to their art assets. But
Yes.
But yeah, it's really, 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 oh goodness. My tongue is so crazy right now. It is really great to see that that you're getting involved with more of these Twitter spaces and getting yourself out there, Jen. What was the what was the artwork that allowed you to place in this NiftyKit competition? Was it the what was it, pickle beans?
Yes, it was. It was pickle beans. And I wrote a Victorian style pitch using language from that era, because if you are a fan of Shakespeare, actually not Victorian, Shakespearean. So if you're a fan of Shakespeare, you know that he was rather rude and lewd, and I thought no better way of describing the pickle peens than with some Shakespearean style pitch.
Yes, I remember being in that Twitter space, and they had brought you up, and you were going through your pitch, and I remember just giggling to myself because of how, as you said, lewd and crude the language was pertaining to a pickle peen. So I definitely love the artwork on them too. It's I don't think I want to get into that on this call, but anyway, thank you so much
Yes,
for sharing all that with us.
Definitely. You know, as soon as the market and the NFT sentiment is a little less turbulent, that project will launch. But if you're if you're interested in what's happening, you'll have to scroll back in my Twitter a little bit. I unpinned the post recently to pin something else that was more important for the time being. But yeah.
I'm sorry, you're waiting for less turbulence? Good luck.
Well, you know, they start throwing around words like NFT securities and you're about to drop a collection, and I panicked a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Thank you so much for talking about that with us, Jen. Definitely looking forward to seeing you on that Twitter space. Gonna make sure that I keep that in the calendar. But all right, so I want to move on to our community discussion topic for tonight. And Fio, I think you're going to be the one who's mostly going to be chit-chatting with us on this one, but you wanted to share some ideas for POAP hosted events and things that you've been working on as the community manager here at POAP. So please tell us all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a bunch of ideas. I don't want to spoil much, but we have some ideas for in real life events for next year. We want to participate more in booth in Ethereum conferences specifically, or NFT conferences. Like this year, we started participating more actively with the community. We had, for instance, the booth with the ENS team at DevCon, and it was super successful for us. We could engage with the community, and we had fun with the community. They get to know us, so we want to be more in touch with the community. So we have some ideas for engagement and participation with the community in real life events. And we have also some ideas for online events as well. Our main goal here is to present the community what the builders or what the integrators are building. So you've seen that we used some of our integrations, such as Guild or Rev, during the community calls, and we didn't like just said, hey, look at this integration, it is cool, and that's it. We try to use them. We try to make the community play with them. You know, it's like you learn while you play. So the idea is that we not only tell the community what's happening within the POAP ecosystem, but also getting them involved while playing or using the tools. So we have some cool ideas, some, I don't know, meme competitions for the POAP moments. Instead of uploading a picture, we want to create a meme competition, or any ideas you have, feel free to put them into Discourse. That's another thing. We are changing Discourse, which was mainly a place for contacting curation. Now the idea is that Discourse is the home for our community. So if you have any ideas, any suggestions, any improvements that you want to make to our community, feel free to to tell us, because POAP is built by the community.
Yeah, since you mentioned the discourse, I'm going to go ahead and link that really quick in our community calls chat here. There you go, everyone. So this is a place that I go to every now and then, and you're kind of right. For the longest time, POAP Discourse was pretty much a place where you could go to sort of just contact the curation body about any kind of issues that you're having with your petition. But for a while there was definitely a lot of community involvement. I know that we had sponsored a historic POAPs competition with the POAP Community Call Treasury, where we had asked people to sort of showcase POAPs that they believe were historical. Just trying to get some community involvement in there. I've posted a few like POAP news things in there from time to time as well. But seeing what POAP as an entity can do more of in order to sort of engage with the community that's built around it, it's definitely something that I believe is important and something that POAP needs to do. And I'm glad that you were on the case. But you spoke about doing live events, especially in-person events. So the POAP booth has existed for quite a while now, and it's definitely a cool place to go in order to get some like swag, whether it be like stickers. Whenever I went to the POAP booth at DevConnect, I was able to get like a hoodie, and I was able to get an IYK card, and things like that. When it comes to what's available at these POAP booths at the moment, like what all is available for people that show up to those?
Ooh, we are working. We have so many ideas for next year, but we already have some cool stickers. There are some really cool stickers. Our design team is amazing. I'm impressed by their ability to create so amazing designs with our mascot. We call it POAPcito. So POAPcito is everywhere, and we have some stickers, we have some pins, we have some patches, we have t-shirts, hoodies, and we have some other ideas for next year. IYK cards and hopefully we cards as well for next year, and some other swag, probably socks for next year. So yeah, get ready to get some cool swag next year for 2023 events. And for the online events, we are planning not also giving POAPs, but also giving these POAPs some utility. So yeah, any feedback or any cool ideas, just let us know. We are very open to receive them and to put them into practice.
Yeah, and hitting on the utility of the POAPs from these booths, for example, I forget which conference it was, but if you had acquired like the four, I guess like POAP sponsored, like POAP booth, I'm using POAP so much here, a POAP Inc. sponsored booth, you were able to enter in a raffle to win things like an Apple iPad and stuff like that. So I mean, like, that's big utility if you ask me. You're able to win other swag as well. So yeah, being able to allow for these POAPs to be more than just like you attended something is definitely great to see. And something else that I want to talk about too, it's unfortunate that he isn't up here, but there is a POAP Citizens that is upcoming. So for those that don't know, this was about a month ago, I believe, or so. But iDecentralized, he had hosted a show called POAP Citizens here in the POAP Discord, where he had interviewed Angelo from WeLook, and I thought it was. I had a blast. Like, I always love seeing POAP be the ones who are hosting content and the ones who are really being on the forefront of, what am I trying to say here? Pretty much giving out like an official POAP, right? Yeah, thank you for linking that. And it's also good to know that there's another episode as well, and other things that are going to be happening here on this Discord in the future, because I always look forward to opportunities to be able to have the POAP YouTube channel get more content on there. I don't know, that's just me though. As somebody who posts this community call to the YouTube channel, seeing that there's more things that are able to go on there and sort of like other individuals who want to see that grow and have it be a hub for what's happening here, I just like it and it's great to see. And it gives people more opportunities to, as we've been saying, just be involved with this product in like an official capacity, right?
Yeah, and I guess I think these episodes help inspire other builders and people to create integrations using the POAP technology and allowing people to have better connections with each other. I think the ultimate goal of POAP is to build a social graph or better social connections between people. So I think it's super important for us doing these kind of events or Twitter Spaces or Discord stages or YouTube lives, interviews to inspire creators and builders to build more applications on top of POAP.
Yeah, and also the positive feedback loop that ends up happening when you're a developer and you're integrating and building on the infrastructure of POAP, at the example here, and you're able to receive recognition from POAP themselves in the form of, hey, how about we as POAP interview you and get the knowledge of what you're doing and what you're building out there, so people are able to use your product more. People are able to give you feedback for what you need to change, what you need to do better, or what you're doing great, things that are working well, things that aren't working so well. And so POAP giving the opportunity to these individuals to actually have a platform and a stage to do that, I think it's great. And then, of course, on top of that, you're able to build your POAP collection some more with official POAPs, I guess you could say. But all right, I think we're pretty much coming to the end of our call tonight. We do have about 2.5 minutes on my timer. Is there any closing thoughts on some POAP posted events or just anything else in general from everyone up here tonight?
I was just thinking, it's a great idea if you haven't like created your own POAP. Go do it. Like, it's really a fun and rewarding experience. And we haven't been over this in a while, but it's not difficult to create a POAP. You need a couple of things. You need a POAP image that's a circle 500 pixels by 500 pixels. It needs to have good art and some text in it that says what your event is and what the date is. And then you need a good description that explains why you're giving out a POAP. And then you need a delivery list that is like, these are actually the people who deserve to get this POAP. And whatever that is, it's okay, as long as you know who that list is. And then go to, app.poap.xyz/admin/events, create it, submit it, and maybe you'll get accepted. Maybe you'll have to go through some kind of process, but it is really so fun to create a POAP. And like I said, I use POAPathon.com to create my art, and I'm always happy with their product. But if you haven't ever done it, now is a great time to get started creating your own POAPs.
And creating your own POAP will give you a huge appreciation for the artists who not only make POAPs, but make them well.
And it also means you're further entrenched in this community as well. Becoming an issuer feels good, man. But all right. I think those are some good words to end up on. So to end our show tonight, I do want to talk about how you can claim the POAP today. So if you go to the Join Guild channel, you want to click on the link where you can join the guild. You want to connect your Discord to that, and then of course you want to connect your wallet to that. I'm going to go ahead and send the embed over there. Give me one moment. I want to send this to join guild. Where is my thing? There it is. Okay, I'm sending it right now. So you're going to click on the claim POAP button that pops up there, and then much like other POAPs that we've distributed on the guild platform, you will need to send in a transaction of either $1 worth of ETH on mainnet, or you can go on Polygon and send in about $1 worth of Matic, or 1 USDC, or 1 DAI. But I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, for listening to us talk about this wonderful thing called POAP, seeing what's going on in the community, and just talking about the shenanigans all around it. Thank you so much, everyone. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.